Look, I just want to look at some other things that we've sort of got into this week. And I wonder if everyone really got what I was saying about the Wanaka McDonald's. Did you see what I was getting at with the Wanaka McDonald's?
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about this. I told you when all this started, I don't like McDonald's. I don't I don't like the way it looks. I don't like their food. I don't like the way it smells when you walk past it.
Yeah.
But the whole reason that this was sort of thrown out and that the building consent application was rejected is based on rubbish.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that sort of stuff, I think you do have to push back and call it out for what it is. I'm not going to let my personal disdain for Macca's get in the way of, calling it out for what it is.
Yeah, I hear. Now, just a reminder, of course, and I forgot to do the intro here. It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere, which is just at the end of the week after Ben's kicked all the people who wouldn't front in the ghoulies with Holier Than Thou. Ben and I just basically, we talk it out. We kind of hug out the end of the week, generally over a beer, and we just didn't get any organised because I've been a bit sixes and sevens packing for London.
You've had a busy week. Yeah.
I've had a very busy week. And at the moment, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere, is brought to you by Marchfest. And Marchfest is New Zealand's big little craft beer festival. It's being held in lovely Nelson, 30th of March, I think it is, 30th of March. They got 2 days. They've got bands. They've got specifically brewed beers from a whole lot of contributors. It's R18 on the 29th. I think that's the Saturday. $40. Just search Marchfest. I reckon this is worth people from all over the country coming to. Because Nelson is an awesome place. Weather there at March is awesome.
Beautiful, be beautiful.
Beer, ciders, all sorts of great stuff. Excellent. So get in with Marchfest. And there's music, and there's like grown-ups day, and there's family day. I'm going to go down there because I need a break. And if you're still in the country, Ben, you could come with us.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. It's all up in the air.
Yeah, you haven't bought a ticket yet, or anything.
I'm a very last-minute person.
Yeah. And you're leaving on the 14th. That's your last day
14th
here?
is the last day here.
Okay.
I always do my best work at the last minute, though, Sean.
All right.
I've always been like that.
Okay, that's good, and that's good to know. Look, the other thing kicking around this week, and believe it or not, despite what people think, I can be pretty temperate in my views about people, and you see me when I'm not on air, and sometimes I tone it down a bit when I feel angry or upset. I don't think I let rip on Luxon today. What did you feel the reaction we got from the audience and in general on that was?
On the idea that it might be coming to the end of the road.
Well, no, not that, but that he's not very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it was resounding. Like, there was a lot of people agreeing.
We didn't really have anyone who contacted us and said, you've got that wrong.
I expected more blowback. Yeah. I did expect more blowback. But it's the sort of thing, this sort of thing kind of comes on to you slowly, doesn't it? You don't really realize that they're not kind of all that, and then suddenly one day you wake up and go, I'm not sure that he's
Well, someone said
much.
today, we mentioned earlier that it's Valentine's Day, and I think Thomas Colgan wrote, it's a nice headline. Hey, Chris Luxon, on Valentine's Day this year, voters just aren't that into you. And it kind of feels a bit like that, doesn't it? It
does.
And no one was leaping to his defence.
No one was leaping to his defence from any side, and it came at the time where obviously there was a less than positive poll out for National and for Luxon's preferred Prime Minister ratings. So I don't know. I just want to see a bit more strong-willed articulating his points and what his vision for the country is, and I don't think we've had that. I think we've seen the government making small tweaks to existing legislation and then using that as a springboard to stand around talking about how great the economy is, which we know. Yeah. But what are you going to do?
And you're no Trumper, but it's funny this morning, you're sitting there, your nippies. We both love nippies. And they've now got cardboard straws, and you were going, bugger me.
Well, because they don't work, right? If you're going to use an alternative to plastic, an alternative is supposed to be something that achieves the same result.
And you know there are more
and it doesn't achieve the same result.
Chemicals involved in the production of the...
Probably.
Yeah, well, there are.
Yeah. But I was drinking that this morning, right? There was a little bit left at the bottom, that I wanted to get to, because the straw had snapped in half. So the bottom part of the straw was in my thing of iced coffee, and the top bit couldn't reach down to so they're ridiculous.
As a young person, Ben, Do you feel like there is, and I'm going off to London, as you know, and I'll be checking in, we must coordinate all that. Do you feel like there is a wind blowing around the world in terms of politics and policy and an end of woke because of Trump?
Yeah, well, I mean, the pendulum swings naturally, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we've endured or observed a period of sort of liberalism and left-wing politics around the world for a while. That does appear to be shifting.
Yeah.
And that kind of happens because people push back against things, and when ideas go unchecked for too long, they develop in ways that aren't really...
Do you think Luxon is pushing back against it, though? Or do you think he's stuck? He's actually...
Luxon's not pushing back against anything. He's not pushing back against anything. He's just straight down the middle, wants to appeal to as many people as possible, and therefore is appealing to less and less people as time goes on, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what comes of that.
All right. Hey, Ben... Okay, we'll talk next week remotely.
Yes,
we've already made
forward...
the big thing. We were an hour out. We were 2 hours out because we got the... But
I am looking forward to hearing from you over there and seeing what's going on.
And take care of Duncan. I'm sure he's up to it. And just, steer him on his way. You've got a big story next week coming out. The Mariah report is out early next week, according to my sources. And I'm kind of sad I'm missing that, but I can't be everywhere all the time. Thank you to Ben Espiner for a great week. Thank you, Josh, for coming in and pushing the buttons while Ben's in here with me. Thank you all for listening. I'm out of here. I'm on a plane. I will talk to you next week. Be kind to Duncan Garner. Don't forget that Leah is away this afternoon, but we've got a best of show. And if you're a soppy person, happy Valentine's Day.